Good morning, good-looking people, and you're good-looking because you're always looking, and of course, you're finding the good in everything and in everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Today is the 7th of Cheshvan. So, we've all heard the phrase Machshava, Dibor, and Maisa, which is thought, then speech, then action. And today's Hayom Yom, as we look at the Parsha, we look at Avram Avinu, and we look at before the giving of the Torah, and then after the giving of the Torah, there are different orders. So when Avram Avinu was involved first, before the giving of the Torah, first he discovered God, which was thought, and then he publicized it and went around and told everybody about God. That was speech. And then he performed bris milah, which was one of the mitzvahs, and that was circumcision, and that was the action. So he started with thought, speech, and action. However, in today's Hayom Yom, we're also talking that after the giving of the Torah, it kind of got reversed. That we first have action, then we have speech, and then we have thought. So when we'll look at both sides of this and the orders, it may seem confusing which is the right approach, but the truth is, depends on how you look at it, at what perspective, whether you're looking at it from God's side or from our side as people here looking to execute. That's the difference in the order. Let's read it inside, and then I'll give you the message and the background. So for the 7th of Cheshvan, it says, in the era since the giving of the Torah, the stages in our divine service are, first, which is removing the foreskin of the body. So since of the giving of the Torah, this is what we were talking about, this is after of the giving of the Torah. The first thing that we do is bris milah, which is removing the foreskin, then of the tongue, and then of the heart, which means action, speech, and thought. That is the order since the giving of the Torah. Avram Avinu, who lived before the giving of the Torah, recognized his creator, which was thought. Then he publicized God's existence, which was speech. And then he performed the circumcision, which is action. So, let's break this down a little bit. Both are very important. How do we look at each side? When God put us in this world, what is our mission? We've been talking about it now for a week or two, that really our job, and throughout the whole year actually, is that we're here to make this world a better place for God, right? That's the whole ability. That's why we're here. That's all about action. So when we're here and we're causing action to others and we're influencing others, because we're all superstars, like we talked about, that would be action first. Then as we're already involved in people, we start to discuss more and influence people and talk to them and bring them closer to Yiddishkeit and to Judaism. That would be speech. Thought, which was the last one, is more of us working on ourselves in our mind that, hey, we're trying to get better people, but we're last on the totem pole. We first are taking care of everybody else before we get to ourselves. However, if you flip it and you would say thought, then speech, then action, how would that look? Thought would be, hey, I've got to learn Torah first. I really, like we said last week, Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam. Before you do anything, Torah is the most important. So first you're studying. This would be thought. Then once you've studied and understand what you're saying, now you're sharing with people. That would be speech. You're going out, sharing with people all the different mitzvahs and things that we are supposed to do. And then execution. That would be action. That would be the last part. So depending on how you look at it, you can either go thought, speech, action, or you can go action, speech, thought. And what's really cool about today's Hayom Yom is they're both intertwined. They're both important. And whether we were before Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, and then after giving the Matan Torah, both of them apply to us. Both of them are important. And really what's the most important concept that we're talking about is maxing out. It's about action. It's about living what we learn. It's about doing what we say we're going to do. It's about being involved, about getting involved and doing things. So today's Hayom Yom is really all about speech It's about action. It's about thought. You can mix it up in any way you want. The bottom line is, as long as you're executing, God is happy, we're happy, and with this is what brings the blessings. Have a wonderful week. Have a week full of good thoughts, of good ideas, speech, sharing with others, influencing with others, and then action, of course, execution, getting things done. Don't sit on your hands. Don't let somebody deter you. Don't let something that seems to be too big just push it off to the side and say, I'm going to do it a different time. Get up and get it. That's the message of the day. Have a wonderful week. Have a lot of success.